Good evening and welcome. I am Courtney Main, the Secretary of the West Green High School Class of 2026. I would like to share some highlights of this evening's events with you. Graduation caps and gowns are the traditional dress of the faculty and students at Oxford University, Oxford, England. The standards for their design were set there. Gowns are used to provide uniform appearance and to identify a person's academic rank. Traditionally, all gowns were black in color. Graduating high school seniors and college undergraduates receiving bachelor degrees wore gowns with pointed sleeves. The gown with an oblong sleeve denotes a master's degree. The gown with a bell-shaped sleeve and a velvet row down the front denotes the doctorate degree. Both the master's and doctoral gowns have the addition of a hood. The collar inside the hood represents the school awarding the degree. The outside of the hood has a collared band of velvet, which denotes the area of specialty. Light blue represents education. Members of the West Green administration and faculty will be wearing gowns representing their areas of study and the college or university they graduated from. Modern tradition dictates that when the graduate marches in the commencement processional, the tassel is worn on the right front side of the mortarboard. After all the candidates for graduation have received their diplomas, the tassel is moved to the left front side of the mortarboard. In today's ceremony, all members of the class of 2026 will be wearing white stoles. The valedictorian and the salutatorian will wear medallions to signify this distinguished rank. Graduation exercises should be conducted in a formal and dignified manner in order that we may provide proper recognition for the accomplishments of the students. We request that all guests remain in their seats during the program. So that we may all enjoy this evening's ceremony, please turn off all alarms and cell phones at this time. Thank you.
Good evening. I am Brooklyn Burns, the treasurer of the West Green High School class of 2026. Welcome to our graduation ceremony. Thank you for celebrating with us tonight. At this time, we would like to ask the gentlemen to please remove their hats. We would like you to please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance, our national anthem, in our alma mater.
Nestled in the hills so noble, stands a school we love. West Green High, our alma mater, none can rise above. When the pioneers go to battle and win victory, all her many sons and daughters ever faithful be. Children of the pioneer, we are proud to be. We'll remember thee forever, West Green, hail to thee.
Please be seated. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Erica Hackney, and I am the president of the West Green class of 2026. It is my pleasure to introduce our faculty marshals today. Please stand when your name is called. Mr. Matthew Cross, language arts teacher. Mrs. Andrea Fedak, family consumer science teacher. Mrs. Jennifer Gilbert, math teacher. Mr. Jeff Polander, 6th grade teacher. Mr. Stephen Chimay, science teacher. Mrs. Melissa Ullum, language arts teacher. Mrs. Janine Wilcox, chemistry teacher. And Mrs. Carly Wright, academic director and our class sponsor. It is also my pleasure to introduce to you our faculty members who are participating in tonight's ceremony. Please stand when I call your name. Roberta Barr, high school guidance counselor. Mrs. Courtney False, 5th grade teacher. Ms. Sherry Garlick, 5th grade teacher. Mrs. Tanya Carilla, science teacher. Mrs. Anna Rose Lasella, choir director. Mr. Scott McCullough, music teacher and band director. And Mrs. Emily Tricana, speech teacher. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Kendra Thorpe, and I am the Class of 2026 Vice President. At this time, we would like any guests who are members of the West Green faculty and staff, both current and retired, to please stand. We would like to thank you for your continued dedication to the students of West Green. Thank you. You may be seated. At this time, we would like all members of the West Green School Board of Education to please rise. Thank you for your dedication and support of our education. You may be seated. At this time, we would like our parents, guardians, and grandparents to please rise. We would like to thank you for everything you have done and for always supporting us. Thank you. You may be seated. And at this time, it would be an honor for everyone present in our audience, veterans and active members of our military. Would you please stand? Thank you for your courage, bravery, and dedication. A simple thank you will never be enough. You may be seated. Each of the students of the class of 2026 would like to give a special recognition to the person who made the greatest impact on their lives.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the graduating student with the second highest rank academically in the senior class. Please welcome the salutatorian of the class of 2026, Mr. Darren Knight.
Good evening, everyone. Faculty, staff, family, friends, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2026. My name is Darren Knight, and it is an honor to stand before you today as salutatorian of the West Green High School graduating class of 2026. 4 years ago, all of us began our journey into becoming successful students and young adults, navigating obstacles in life that made us who we are today. Tonight is filled with excitement, relief, and some uncertainty as we take the next step forward in each of our journeys. The years of hard work and commitment have gotten us to this moment where we are proud to hold the title of West Green High School graduate. Over the last several years, our class has experienced ups and downs. We've endured the rigor of college-level courses, balanced life outside of school, and made lifelong friends and memories through clubs, sports, and activities. There were moments when high school felt overwhelming, as if there wasn't a light at the end of the tunnel. There were weeks where Friday was just the beginning of a weekend full of assignments and projects. Many of us had responsibilities after school that took up hours of our time and put our focus elsewhere. But in all of that, there was one quality that this class displayed throughout everything that is the best reflection of the class of 2026: perseverance. Perseverance is the quality that I admire most about this class. Our ability to not only persevere, but to do so together as one. I believe that this quality is one that can help us, each and every graduate, get through adversities as we move on to lives full of responsibilities. My uncle is famous for sayings that apply to life. One of the sayings that resonates most with me is when he refers to the hoops of life. In other words, we may face struggles in day-to-day life, but our ability to navigate through these so-called hoops of life is what makes this class so special. I believe that high school teaches us lessons that are far greater than anything we can learn from a textbook. It has taught us how to handle failure, how to grow from our mistakes, and how to work with others. Some of the moments that we will remember most will likely not come from tests or assignments. They will be the conversations at lunch that led to laughter, the school events, and the people that made the ordinary days memorable. However, I believe not a single person graduating today has made it to where they are now by themselves. To our parents, guardians, family members, thank you for your support, encouragement, and sacrifice. Thank you for believing in us even when we may have given up on ourselves. To our teachers, coaches, and staff, thank you for the time and effort you have put into each and every one of us every single day. Thank you for pushing us to work harder, think better, and become better people. And finally, to my classmates, thank you for making these last 4 years some of the most memorable years of our lives. Each person sitting here tonight has contributed something unique to this class, and you should all be proud of how far you've made it. As we spend one final evening together, we are all heading our own separate ways. Some of us are heading off to college, others are joining the military, others are attending trade school, and some of us may still be figuring things out, and that's perfectly fine. But just because our paths are different, that doesn't mean that one of us is more valuable than the other. High school has taught us that success is not based on popularity or perfection or having everything figured out. Success is about how well you respond to these hoops of life. It's about having the grit and resilience to get back up on your feet again and continuing to strive towards your goals. I can guarantee that each graduate will face setbacks, disappointment, and uncertainty. However, we have proven time and time again that we can overcome the hoops of life and continue to push forward. I hope that as we close this chapter of our lives, we remember to take opportunities, appreciate the relationships we form along the way, and never stop striving to be the best version of ourselves. The people we become will matter more than any title, grade, or accomplishment. Even though tonight marks the end of our high school journeys, it is just the beginning of what we will become. The future may feel uncertain now, but it is full of possibilities and opportunities to succeed and form new relationships. Years from now, we might not remember every assignment or every test score, but we will remember the friendships, the lessons, and the experiences that we shared as a class throughout the years. I encourage you to hold on to the memories throughout your years of high school and share with your future peers and someday your own children. Bob Dylan said it best when referring to these memories. He said, "Take care of your memories, for you cannot relive them." I believe that this is something that we should all take to heart so we can cherish what we've shared with each other. No matter where life takes us, we will always share the experience of being the class of 2026 at West Green High School, and that connection is nothing short of special. Before I close, I would like to leave my classmates with this. Not be afraid of change. Some of the greatest chapters of our lives haven't been written yet. There is a greater purpose for you and what you will accomplish in life. Class of 2026, we have worked so hard to reach this moment. Each and every one of you should be proud of what you have accomplished. Congratulations to you all, and good luck in the next chapter of your lives. Thank you.
accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, and you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone. For the times they are changing. Come, mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your world is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can lend a hand, for the times they are changing. Come gather round people wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to you is worth saving, and you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, for the times they are changing. Come, mothers and fathers throughout the land, and don't criticize what you can't understand. Your sons and your daughters are beyond your command. Your old road is rapidly aging. Please get out of the new one if you can lend a hand, for the times they are changing.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce to you the graduating student with the highest rank academically in the senior class. Please welcome the valedictorian of the class of 2026, Colin White.
Good afternoon. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Colin Russell White. Many people look at me and see a big guy who is a good wrestler, and those who have shared class with me may see a good student that always puts in the work. However, those of you who are closest to me know me as someone who loves to golf, to have a good meal out with family or friends, laugh, and be outdoors, especially if I'm fishing. When I found out I had the opportunity to speak at our graduation, my first thought was, great, I have another speech to write. Of course, I am joking. I am greatly honored to be given this opportunity to speak in front of the class of 2026. When deciding on a topic to speak on, I knew I wanted to stay away from the normal stereotypes and phrases. But I also wanted to say what is true for me, and this led to the topic of our community, the class of 2026, and without a doubt, my family. You may be wondering what all three of these topics have in common. The answer is my utmost gratitude and overwhelming thankfulness. We will begin with the West Green community. I owe so much of my success throughout the years to this community. There are countless times when this community went out of their way to help me and other students chase their dreams in and outside of the classroom. The first part of this community that helps is our teachers and administrators. I have seen time and time again where a teacher or administrator has gone outside of their normal routine to help a student do the extra. The first thing that comes to my mind is the willingness of our teachers to help students plan for their future. and the fact that they want everyone to succeed. And for that, I say thank you. A personal story of mine that drives home what our community is about occurred in our wrestling room. My dad and uncle were both my wrestling coaches throughout my high school journey. They were also my practice partners. And despite what they may claim, they aren't getting any younger or any closer to beating me in a wrestling match. This is when our community showed its truest colors, and other coaches and partners came into the wrestling room to help train me. They would come practice with me after long days of work, taking time away from their families and personal lives to help me succeed. And for this, I say thank you. Okay, now it is time for the class of 2026. One thing that resonates with me about this class is its competitiveness coupled with our willingness to support each other. These two characteristics go very well together and only help define what this class is. The class of 2026 is competitive in the fact that everyone wants to be the best version of themselves. This class was always well represented in academics, athletics, attendance, and as community volunteers. If you want to see this competitiveness on display, just stop by during our 8th period gym class hockey sessions. However, this trait would have never worked without the other, the willingness to help. My classmates and I were always willing to lend a helping hand, whether it was as simple as helping solve a math problem to the assistance in setting up various events here at the school. I will always have the memory of breaking the school wrestling win record at Jeff Morgan and looking out at a gym full of West Green family and friends. I know personally I never would achieve the grades and experience I have without this class's help, and for that I say thank you. Last but not least, I owe my final thank you to my family. I can personally say that without a doubt, I wouldn't be standing where I am today without them. I could always rely on them for advice and, most importantly, unwavering support as I pursued my athletic and academic goals. One thing every true competitor knows is that there are always two sides to competing, winning and everyone's favorite, losing. Even though everyone hates losing, having your family there to pick you up always makes it worth competing and striving for the next win. If I were to list the number of times and give stories of when my family has helped me, we would be here all day. Instead, I will give a quote to sum it up. A family is neither an anchor to hold us back nor a sail to take us there, but a guiding light whose love shows us the way. I will leave the class of 2026 with these final words. No matter what journey of life you choose to pursue, I know you will succeed. Some of us will be going to college, others to a trade school, a few to the military, and finally, others will enter straight into the workforce. Despite what path you choose to pursue, always remember to keep an open mind and be willing to adapt. It doesn't matter what career path you select, you're going to find challenges and obstacles in the road. No matter the obstacle, don't quit. Always keep in mind the support system around you and the community you have had during your time at West Green. Recently, the singer Eric Church gave a very well-received commencement speech at the University of North Carolina. He made the analogy between 6 guitar strings and 6 important aspects of your life. The one example I will share from that speech is when he speaks about community. He says, volunteer, coach the team, build the thing your community needs, even if the internet will never see it. We have all been lucky enough to see a great community in action, and may we take those lessons with us wherever we plant ourselves one day. Never forget to thank the people around you and be willing to help others as they have helped you. Thank you and good luck.
All right, to the class of 2026. For the past 12 to 13 years, you've made West Green your home. In that time, we've watched people come and we've watched people go. But West Green has always stayed West Green, home. Whether you moved into the district a year ago or you've lived here your whole life, this place has a way of holding on to you. This little corner of Pennsylvania is special. I know because it's mine too. 17 years ago, to this day, I sat right where you were sitting now. And I'll be honest with you in what was going through my head, because I think some of you might be thinking the same thing. All I could think about was making it big and getting out of here. I loved my family, but I didn't want my father's life. I watched him work in a factory, I watched him tend to his garden, and I told myself that was not for me. I wanted to be a big-time attorney with a house in the suburbs, a comfortable, important life, far away from this place. So when I left here, that is exactly what I set out to do. And then something happened that I never saw coming. Somewhere between college and my third year of teaching, the life I had dreamed about started to feel strange to me, almost foreign. The suburban world I'd wanted so badly began to make me unhappy. Everything I had spent hours reaching for, years reaching for, I suddenly didn't want anymore. When I sat in your seat, I was certain I knew exactly what I wanted to be happy. And I was wrong. There was a pull I couldn't quite explain that kept drawing me back here. And slowly, I came to understand what that pull was trying to tell me. Happiness was never about money, status, the titles, how far away I've gotten from where I've started. It was about living a life of purpose, surrounded by the people who gave my life the purpose in the first place. So I came home. We built a house on my mother's property, and for the first time in a while, everything felt right. Here's the part I want you to hold on to. 17 years ago, what I wanted was nowhere close to what would actually make me happy. I just couldn't see it yet. The very things I had been so quick to walk away from, the garden, the town, the quieter life among people who knew my name, turned out to be the things that made me whole. So to the class of 2026, this is my hope for you. Go live your dreams, and as you grow and change, and you will change, I pray that you find what truly makes you happy. And when you find it, have the courage to go take it. Don't spend your life doing the things everyone else thinks and wants you to do. Do the things you want to do. Do the things that make you happy. For me, that meant coming back to the small corner of Pennsylvania that has given me so much. For me, happiness turned out to be a garden like my father's. For me, happiness turned out to be West Green. And I'll be honest with you, I never once imagined I would be standing here as principal of the West Green Middle Senior High School, but yet here I am in front of you, the happiest version of myself that I have ever been. That is what I want for every single one of you. If finding happiness means wiping the dust off your boots and getting out of here, then go. And you have my full and total blessing, and don't look back. But if it doesn't, know this: West Green is a wonderful place to call home. And whether you stay and raise a family here, or you leave and find your way back to us, you will be welcomed with open arms, and you will be happy. Congratulations, class of 2026. We are very proud of you. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. To the families, the teachers, and most of all, the West Green class of 2026, congratulations. As the president of the school board, I get to see a lot of what happens behind the scenes. But tonight, I get the best view in the house, looking at all you ready to take on the world. We all know that it takes a village to get to this day. To the parents, thank you for the rides, the pep talks, and the late night snacks. You helped them cross the finish line. To the teachers, thank you for caring about these students, not just as learners, but as people. Being from West Green is special. It means you know the value of hard days' work. It means you know that your neighbors are people you can count on, whether you're moving far away or staying right here in our community. You take that pioneer spirit with you. As you start your next chapter, I have 3 simple pieces of advice. Work hard. There is no substitute for effort. If you show up and do your best, you will find success. Be helpful. Look for ways to give back. A small act of kindness goes a long way. Don't forget where you came from. You will always have a home here at West Green. The rest of my speech is missing. I have it in my pocket. Oh, I'm sorry. Class of 2026, we are so proud of what you have done, but we're even more excited to see what you will do next. Take a deep breath, look around, and enjoy this moment. You earned it. Congratulations, Pioneers.
Before I get started in my speech, I request Mr. Polar, can you please rise? You deserve one more big farewell, sir. You epitomize the hope, the caring and nurturing that we love for our teachers to instill in their classrooms and in their instruction. And you're a big part of that. And while we hate to see you go, we wish you nothing but the best, and we will see you at Star Lake Amphitheater over the summer. And Mason Carpenter, you can come over for breakfast pizza anytime you want, sir, okay? Distinguished guests, proud parents, dedicated faculty, and most importantly, the incredible class of 2026. Welcome. I have my hourglass here. It's an untold, well, it's a well-told, quote-unquote, secret that I like to talk, and I can go on and on and on. There. This is an hourglass that's literally an hour long, so we have some time. Today is a monumental milestone. You look around this room, you take a mental snapshot of the faces next to you, the family cheering you on in the stands, the teachers who poured their hearts into your journey. You made it. Benjamin Franklin, famous for his wit and wisdom, has been credited with a quote that has stood the test of time. Tell me and I forget. Teach me and I remember. Involve me and I learn. We often talk about education as something that happens strictly within the walls of a classroom, measured by exams, essays, and GPAs. But as your superintendent, I want to share a fundamental truth with you today, that experience is the ultimate teacher. Beyond the lessons learned between the bells, many of you spent your high school years working local jobs, maybe raising animals, working the counter at a local establishment, or helping out a family business. Never discount those hours. You weren't just earning a paycheck, you were building the foundation of your work ethic. You were becoming the kind of dependable, resilient person that the professional world is starving for right now. I know this firsthand. Beyond working on our neighbor's farm and chores around the house when I was 15 years old, I got a job as a cook at Long John Silver's. Later, I worked at the stockroom as a maintenance worker at Bon-Ton. I was a cashier at Walden Books, and then an activities coordinator at Yogi Bear's Jellystone Park in Mill Run. At the time, It all felt like menial work. Just meant to put a little gas money in my pocket. But in reality, those early employment opportunities acted as a career laboratory. They shaped my professional DNA. Managing school cafeterias, maintaining the physical plan of a school campus, handling and organizing massive deliveries of school books and supplies, understanding the deep importance of customer service, and planning educational activities while staying on budget and properly staffed. All of these macro-level skills I use today were born in those menial jobs. While my experience frying fish and chicken at Long John Silver's doesn't necessarily help me navigate a complex school board meeting, though it does lead to a lot of stress eating. Mrs. Gillespie, Mr. Kennedy, all right? The power skills that I gained from all those jobs absolutely do help. Frustration tolerance, conflict resolution, accountability, and time management were all forged in those early years. That is where I learned about workplace dynamics, the chain of command, how to advocate for myself, and how to navigate different and sometimes difficult personalities. You never know when you run into a Lorax or two. And they're on their phones. They totally missed it. Totally missed it. I learned to compartmentalize constructive criticism and use it to become better at whatever it was I was hired to accomplish. You have just spent the last 13 years gathering some of the best experiences life has to offer right here at West Green. But what you must understand moving forward is that experience and failure is just as important as experience and success. The brilliant Oscar Wilde wrote, "Experience is simply the name that we give our mistakes." At the start of the school year, during our August State of the District in-service address, I asked our faculty to begin developing a culture where failure through trying should be tolerated and cultivated. Why? Because that specific type of failure is exactly where impactful learning takes place. We want you to continue to be comfortable taking educated and calculated chances outside of these walls, because that is where your continued success lies. You won't find success by happenstance. You have to go out and actively seek it. This year, as you know, we introduced a new brand for West Green School District, including our new West Green script and logo mascot. But being a pioneer isn't just about a logo or on a shirt or a mascot on the field. It's a mindset. It means you are a part of a tight-knit community where you learn the value of hard work, the value of grit, and looking out for one another. Our motto, lead the way, be a pioneer, isn't a phrase. It's a living, breathing call to action. Remember that a pioneer isn't a symbol of our past. It is the blueprint for your future. A pioneer doesn't wait for a path to be cleared. They grab a tool, they step forward, and they clear it themselves. As you leave these halls, don't just follow the footsteps of others. Lead the way, be a pioneer. Your true education didn't come from a textbook. It happened when you faced a tough loss or an injury on the field or the court, but chose to wake up the next morning, dust yourself off, and practice harder. It happened when you collaborated on a difficult project with classmates who had entirely different perspectives or different work ethic, discovering the art of compromise and teamwork. It happened when you stepped out of your comfort zone, whether joining a new club, stepping onto a stage, or raising your hand when you weren't entirely sure of the answer. Those moments taught you grit and resilience. They taught you adaptability. They taught you that you are who you are when no one is watching. Those are the experiences that textbooks cannot simulate, and they are the exact tools that you need for what comes next. Whether your next chapter takes you to a college campus, a trade school, the military, or straight into the workforce, you are going to encounter a world that moves fast and changes constantly. You will make mistakes. You will face setbacks. But when those moments happen, I want you to lean on your foundation And remember that every success that you've had at West Green has given you confidence. But every failure you overcame here has given you strength. Do not fear the unknown. Trust the preparation you received here in our community. You have been taught how to think, how to problem solve, how to persevere. You are ready. As you flip your tassels and you walk out of these doors as alumni, my challenge to you is simple. Keep collecting those experiences. Say yes to new opportunities, even if they scare you. Lead the way, be a pioneer. Travel, listen, and learn from people who are different from you, including Lorax. Lead the way, be a pioneer. Never stop being a student of life, because the world will never stop teaching and you should never stop learning. Lead the way, be a pioneer. Class of 2026, we're immensely proud of you, and we're proud of who you are and even more excited for who you are about to become. Carry that pioneer spirit with you wherever you go, and remember that no matter how far your journey takes you, West Green will always be home. Congratulations, graduates. Go out and make your mark. May God bless you all. And one more time, and say it with me. Lead the way, be a pioneer. Thank you. Dr. Hildreth, please present your class.
Mr. Gaddis, I certify that the members of the class of 2026 have met the Pennsylvania State graduation requirements. It is my honor to confer the diplomas to the graduates of the West Green class of 2026, beginning with the top 10 students. The number 10 academically ranked student, Gavin Cassidy. The number 9 academically ranked student, Sean Campion. The number 8 academically ranked student, Brooklyn Burns. The number 7 academically ranked student, Chase Morris. The number 6 academically ranked student, Jackson Grimes. The number 5 academically ranked student, Kendra Tharp. The number 4 academically ranked student, Emmeline Beazle. The number 3 academically ranked student, Matthew Wassel. The number 2 academically ranked student, our salutatorian, Darren Knight. And finally, the number 1 academically ranked student, our valedictorian, Colin White. And now for the conferring of the diplomas. Emmeline Claire Beazle. William Wesley Bell. Brooklyn Elena Burns. Sean Lynn Campion. Mason Ray Carpenter. Gavin William Cassidy. Noah James Braddock Collins. Hannah Irene Curtis. Dakota Cricket Dadisman. Caleb Ryder Dane. Cheyenne Nicole de Blasio. Mark Anthony Gaines. Kathlena Maria Galloway. Trent Richard Dean Gansky. Preston Jehu Geller. Hunter Martin Gorby. Jackson Roger Grimes. Erica Paige Hackney. Dylan Tyler Hughes. Mason Coe Inman. Daniel Edward Jacobs. Darren Kane Knight. Xavier Nathaniel Lucy. Courtney Ann Main. Hannah Faith Marks. Eliu Maxwell McDonald. Lillian Marie Melodia. Dayton Matthew Metcalf. Chase Lee Morris. Caleb Robert Orndorff. Jacob Marvin Orndorff. Hayden Andrew Patterson. Austin Gage Pettit. Duncan Jacob Scott. Logan Zane Lorenz Shields. Will Allen Shipman. Bryce Michael Smith. Colton Edward Spitznagel. Lydia Eve St. Clair. Charles Edward Stone King. Kendra Elizabeth Tharp. Dalton Cole Thomas. Edward Daniel Thomas. Matthew Andrew Wassel. Cameron Faith Wendell. Morgan Paige Whipke. Colin Russell White. Trenton Scott Wilson. And Levi Joseph Yater. West Green class of 2026, please rise. After fulfilling all the requirements set forth by the West Green School District, by the authority vested in me through the West Green Board of Education in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I hereby declare this class to be graduates of the West Green School District for the 2026 school year. I now pronounce you graduates of the West Green School District, class of 2026.